Ladies and gentlemen, the primary is over. I know that there are some DeSantis fans on Twitter that are bought and paid for, so they are obligated to create this false delusion that there's a chance that he can win, but he can't. Donald Trump is the guy. He's always been the guy. There's never even been a chance. Ron DeSantis has run one of the most incompetent campaigns I've ever seen. Now, I don't hate Ron DeSantis. And this is the thing that absolutely stunlocks me. Ron DeSantis was the guy for a little bit. I said Donald Trump was always the guy. I take that back. For a brief moment, he was the guy. Tim Pool was like, yeah, you know what? I support Ron DeSantis. Even Styx Hexenhammer was like, well, if Trump were to, croak or something, I could see myself backing DeSantis. DeSantis, a couple of months ago, like back in the beginning of 2023, the end of 2022, he had a lot of momentum. But unfortunately, he made a serious mistake. He took too long to get in, and then when he did get in, he made a series of blunders that he could not repair from. Donald Trump played this perfect, like he was the incumbent, because technically he is. So, what I want to pull up and show you is the polls. Because I have heard for years from Ben Shapiro, from the Never Trumpers, from the Anyone But Trumpers, from all these people that Donald Trump is unelectable, that he has no chance against Biden, that he's going to lose and lose badly. Well, I'm here to tell you that we are several months out from the election. Think about that. We're in January. It's in November. The beginning of November. What is this, 10 months? It's going to fly by like nothing. We are 10 months away from the biggest competition in political sports. And American life these days is politics. Look at these numbers. These numbers, let me tell you something. When YouGov has you at a tie, you are losing and losing badly. So the RCP average, and that is the aggregation of all the polls, whether they be accurate or not, it takes the sum total of all these and accumulates them together. So what we can see is that Donald Trump is ahead of Joe Biden by 2.2 points. Now that is within the margin of error, but he is for the first time in nearly his entire political life, Donald Trump has the advantage. That is incredible. Donald Trump is ahead in the polls. Do you remember when Hillary Clinton was running and Donald Trump was always behind? Always behind? Do you remember in 2020? Donald Trump, always behind. But even with their skewing of the data, and oh my God, Rasmussen just coming out and slapping their meat on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, it's done. Trump won the nomination. Now, if the taste of that is bitter to you because you're supporting somebody else or you hate Trump, well, then I am truly sorry. But the facts are the facts. The numbers are the numbers. And they don't change based on your whim, based on what you want to be true. The reality is that Trump is the guy, and he will be the guy. Now, if we take a look at the Republican side of this, it's not even close. DeSantis is in third place. Barely third place. He's in third place. There is no chance. Donald Trump is unstoppable at this point. Barring and Styx Hexenhammer says this, unless Trump croaks, or God forbid, they decide, you know what, enough is enough, and they decide to pull the trigger and take him out, unless that happens, Donald Trump is the nominee. Now, again, I've heard people talk about a brokered convention and them saying, well, Donald Trump is under. That is not going to happen. I know that Republicans are masters of pulling defeat from the jaws of victory. They are the best when it comes to losing. But even they, I don't think, could pull off a catastrophe of that sort of biblical scale. If the Republicans were to do that, they would get absolutely curb stomped. They would get crushed in a landslide. It wouldn't even be close. There would be absolutely nothing that they could do. There's no candidate that they could put forward. There's no idea that would win the day. It wouldn't matter. The Republicans would lose. Trump is the guy. Republicans have spoken. So if you're a DeSantis fan, if you're a Haley fan, fine. But my suggestion to you is to ask yourself, what is it about Trump that you hate? Well, if it's Dave Rubin, for example, Dave Rubin doesn't like Trump's mean words. He doesn't like mean words from the Trump campaign. He constantly brings it up. He's very offended by some of the things that Trump says. Fine. But you have to ask yourself, would you rather a man in office do what you want to do, for the most part, not always, but for the bulk of it, and maybe say some mean things on Twitter? Or do you want Joe Biden? Because as it stands right now, Haley and DeSantis do not have a chance to win. Is that abundantly clear? Your choice is not DeSantis or Haley or Trump and then Biden. No, it's you get Biden every time unless you nominate Trump. Trump is the only guy who can go toe to toe. He's the only one who can go toe to toe with Joe Biden. Here's the New Hampshire primary. Haley she's got pretty good numbers here, but they're about half of what Trump's is. Now, of course, the final numbers will probably be a little bit tighter than this, but this is huge. Trump is up by 21 points. South Carolina, nearly 30 points up. And again, Haley is in second place. Haley's in second place. DeSantis is in second place in Iowa. But look at that whopper. 32.7 points. And I know this. Ron DeSantis is putting everything into Iowa. Nevada. Look at that. I mean, whew. South Carolina. Didn't Tim Scott drop out? Maybe, I don't know. Michigan. Look at this. So, if you want to stick your head in the sand and you want to pretend that these numbers don't matter, none of the numbers matters, Trump is magically going to lose, DeSantis is going to win, fine. But the only thing that you're doing by backing DeSantis or backing any of these other people at this point is giving fuel to the Democrats, because clearly they've lost. They have no chance. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Trump guy. If Trump were in third place and second place and you're looking at this going, wow, this is super tight. Like across these, Trump was up by like 5 or 3 or 2. I'd say, okay, sure, stick it out, fight it to the end. Why not? You got nothing to lose. 47 points? Do you think that a speech or something is going to change that? So the question is, if it's this obvious, why stay in? Why continue to try to hurt Trump? Unless you're kind of rooting against Trump, which means you're rooting against the Republicans and MAGA as the vision of the Republican Party, and you're happy to let Democrats win. I'm just throwing that out there. So let not your heart be troubled, ladies and gentlemen. The numbers speak for themselves. Donald Trump is absolutely killing it. He's doing phenomenally well. He's ahead of the general. But this, ladies and gentlemen, does not mean that you can rest on this laurel. That you can say, well, we're done here. No. Oh, no. You still have to get out every person you know. You have to continue to canvass for Trump. Let your support for Trump be known. Do not be apologetic about it. Be outspoken about it. Be vociferous about it. Because printers do go burr. As Six Saxon Hammer says, you have to beat the burr. You have to beat the burr. And it can be done. It absolutely can be done. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all the people that are supporting the channel. My channel is going to grow. It is going to get bigger because I think that there are like-minded people who find themselves politically homeless like I do. They don't find themselves represented in one side or another. I tend to be a small L libertarian with conservative leanings, and I am, of course, a Christian. Unapologetically a follower and supporter of Jesus Christ. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is good news. Doesn't mean that we stop, we continue on, but it's encouraging, it's uplifting. And what I want to say for this channel is that I will not always get it right. But what I will do is I will tell you it honestly. Some people want to say, well, I'm not a Trump guy. No, I am a Trump guy. I'm a Trump supporter. I've supported him since he came down the escalator. I like what he had to say. I liked his style. I liked his confrontational approach with the media. I loved his mean tweets. I thought they were great. I thought all of these terrible, evil, sinful, degenerate people are finally getting a taste of what they've been giving out to people. Hollywood has treated middle America the way that Trump treats the media for years. Spit on them, mock them, humiliate them. They're flyover country. They don't really matter. But now Trump is giving a voice to them. He's giving them a voice to us. And you gotta love it. You gotta respect it. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. So, on that note, I will bid you guys a good day. And I'll see you next time.